Hello, everyone. Welcome along to Returning at Home with me, Paul, in my damp looking shed in Northern Ireland. It's been raining all day. All the good wires went away. I hope not for good. Anyway, uh, made a notice last week we didn't have my usual earworm, and it's the same this week again. And we have managed to get uh, two people to help me tonight. There they are.
There we go.
Good
Design.
evening, everyone.
We have Brian and we have Wayne. Yo. And I'll put them back in the background because I don't like being out front.
Oh no.
No.
Well,
Okay. So that's them back in the background. So I'm going to show you what happened in the lathe tonight. I have a piece of cherry here, and it's about 7.5 wide, and it's just under 2 inches shy of 2 inches.
just under 2 inches shy of 2 inches.
uh, uh,
Not very big then.
I never get that round right. I meant to say it's just shy of 2 inches.
That's it.
All right. So,
It's just
so
a wee bit. It's a wee bit less than 2 inches. Is that what you're saying?
yes, it's very a wee small fraction smaller than 2 inches. So, while what I'm going to do tonight, we're going to do a bit of centrifugal painting on this piece of cherry, and I had a choice of a couple of bits of weed, but I didn't want to ruin or these are blanks are bigger than this. So this is with the chosen blank I'm going to use tonight. Nice piece of cherry. Got
Is
this
this,
a couple of weeks ago
yeah, this is the
at a
victim.
local
Is that what you mean?
uh, a local timber merchants. We bought a big plank and divided it up among few
Oh, here.
people.
What size of plank did you buy?
13 feet.
13
Oh,
feet by.
nice.
13 feet. A cherry, 2 inch. 7.5 inches wide, 40
7.5.
quid.
That was all right.
Wasn't
40
it?
quid. That's a good big plank for 40 quid.
And I'll show you what I bought last week. a
That's a lot of ball blanks.
It is.
big pieces of ice.
That's a piece of ash, yeah.
That was a 12-foot length and 40 quid.
Is that
Oh,
10
nice.
inches? Is that 10 by 2?
Yep, 10 by 2.
That's
So,
cracking. That's a good price too.
That's another good lot of ball blanks.
Which timber merchant
yeah,
did you get that from?
that's from Ocean Timbers in Carrickfergus.
Right. I must have a word with
You have to
McCall's
go,
timber down
you
here.
have to you have to take a length, you can't cut it up
Aye.
and take a wee bit.
Aye.
Yep, But he's all sorts down there. Anyway,
But I mean, at
back
40
to
quid, why wouldn't you just take the whole length anyway?
yeah,
It's
yeah,
not-
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But he doesn't have any facilities to cut it. That's what I meant to say.
Oh, but sure, I could take my lot of Ryobi saw and cut it
Yeah,
myself.
you could do that. Anyway, back to the job in hand.
So,
Central Fugal Force painting. We're going to turn this bottom here and make it at the bottom. Doing the bottom of the bowl a wee bit different. It's like a scallop effect. Uh, you'll see as I go along. I done one this afternoon just to make sure it worked out, and I was happy with it. But while I'm doing that, getting this ready, one of the two of my very welcome helpers will tell me who's in tonight. And
No problems. We already had a discussion and I volunteered.
good man, Wayne. I love a volunteer.
I just get this mouse out of the way before I knock it flying.
But are you going straight into turning the shape on this, Paul?
I'm just going to remove the bulk waste of the corner of this first, and then
Okay.
I'm going to start the shape of it. The
I was
scallop
just
down.
I was
Okay.
just wondering about the camera angle. That's all.
Oh no, I'm just going to take corner off Wayne first.
Yeah, no bother, no bother. Okay, who we've got in? Obviously me and Brian are in. Obviously Paul's here as well. We've got Alex. Alex Wurzel is in. Todd at Glen Cove. Brian Best. Malcolm Douglas. Dale Old Man River is in. Matt Ibbotson is here. And oh, it just jumped. Roger Kent's in. Mike Evans, Vinnie Charlton. Pete at Twisted Trees is in. Good morning, Pete.
Oh, I've good news for Pete.
Johnny's here. Evening, Johnny. Anthony Green is in. Tony's here. Tony Smith, that is. Still going down. Michael McEwen's just come in. I'm still going down. I think that's me at the bottom at the moment. If I have missed anybody, I do apologise. Put another comment in the chat and I'll mention you. Oh, Carson's just come in. Evening, Carson.
Well, welcome along, everyone. I hope everybody had a great weekend and had a wee bit of sunshine. It sort of changed here on Sunday, and it's been damp ever since.
Yeah, same here. I'll blame Brian. He keeps on sending the bad weather across this way.
It's my fault. It definitely is. Comes right across the Atlantic. It gets stuck here for a while, and I just give it a shove sometimes. Get sticking out of here. Go.
And Mike's just come in, dances with Alvax.
Hi,
Evening,
Mike.
Mike.
Good evening, everybody. I hope you're having a good day. Well, it's a bank holiday here in the UK.
Well, I don't think it is in Scotland, but
Is it not? Oh,
I'm
okay.
not, I don't think it is.
It is in England, and it was here. So the kids are coming off school now as well. So for half term or whatever it is.
Oh, yeah, half term as well.
They're never at school half time. But
Right.
yeah,
I've just initially put the
Steps.
steps in. I still need to just modify them slightly because it's not what I'm going with. Slightly changing the size of them.
So you're doing a scallop effect on the bottom, Paul.
Yep, scallop effect.
Scallops. Wee scallops.
And Todd said it's Memorial Day in the US.
Oh, it is. Indeed, I've seen that on the TV today.
Yeah, and
I seen
Dale,
Mr. Trump laying a wreath or something.
and Dale has said that it's that they've finally got some sunny weather in upstate New York.
Good. Tell you what, it's cold today. I had to put the heater on in my workshop today.
I've got the wood burner on in the living room at the moment.
It was
So
13 degrees in my
I'm going to raise
workshop.
the tool rest here. I'm going to use my round nose scraper here to give me my final shape because this diameter of the scraper will give me my scallops
Oh,
the
yeah.
right size. Okay, it's an easier way to do it.
Yeah, just like using a beading tool.
Yep.
Same idea.
Just to refine the shape of them more or less, and you can sort of size it up with the actual.
If you did this on the inside the bowl too, you know what you could make it. You could go panning for gold in it.
There you go.
That's complicated now, Brian.
With them ridges on the inside, you could pan for gold. You could go up to the Sperrin Mountains and see can you find some gold.
Oh, you can do that. You can do that around my area as well. Well, I say in my area, it is a little bit further north, but One Lock Head, they still do panning for gold.
Yeah, that's not too bad. I'm happy enough with that.
Looks
So
good.
I just need to true up the bottom of this.
It looks not a bad finish off that scraper either, Paul.
Yeah, I just sharpened it. That's probably why.
That always helps.
Alex has said it's been a lovely 15 degrees C today at his place.
Lovely.
Dale has said it's 66 Fahrenheit where he is in upstate New York. That's nice, pleasant weather. That is.
Just checking it's under
Does-
cut, okay.
It's been about 13 degrees here all day, but the wind has been really cold.
Oh yeah, it has definitely.
So I've been
Just
hiding
wanted to
from it all
wrap.
day. Well, except when I was up with the horses this morning, of course. You go up to the horses this morning, it's freezing, and one of the electric fences is not working. So
Oh dear me.
I spent about an hour trying to fix an electric fence. My hands are frozen.
Yeah, Carson said it's bloody cold, windy, and overcast in Copenhagen, especially considering the time of year. He's had to turn his heating back on. Michael said it's 15 degrees C here as well, but it's only just noon, so we will get warmer.
Yeah, yeah.
Oops.
Bugger. Bugger, bugger, bugger.
What happened there? What happened? Missed it.
Ah,
it's good.
it's
I
just
don't-
did
I don't
the-
miss it.
back on me.
I see it now, yeah.
It slipped back on me.
A wee skate.
I don't think that's sharp enough. That's probably way out. Where's my aura one?
Was it a spindle gauge or a bow gauge?
Spindle gauge,
I thought so.
1/4 inch spindle gauge.
Yep.
So what I'm doing here is making my foot, with a wee shadow line for the
Oh,
when you
right.
set it down. Give that a fact when it's sitting down. The shadow is going to be bouncing
just-
off that.
Just lifts it off the table a wee bit.
Yep. Just to be different.
Mm. That cherry's peeling off that nicely with that scraper.
It is.
It is nice cherry. Oh, that's still torn. I was actually surprised when we bought that length. There's had a few of us got some, and it was all very nice. Ooh, lovely stuff.
Good.
Just see if I got rid of that. That wee slippies. There's a wee bit still there. Apart from that, it's okay. I just need to tidy that wee bit of torn grain out on the end here. That's a. Want to hear the rain bouncing off my shed roof?
Well, it's actually not raining here yet. But
Oh,
Oh yeah,
it is chucking it down here.
it's
yeah.
been raining, but
We've still got it here as well.
Right, we'll just get that sanded, and then we can see about turning that round. So, oh dear. Oh. So we're just starting off with 80 grip, just to tidy it up a wee bit. It doesn't need an awful lot of sand because it cuts very nice, that cherry. It's just where the end grain is, where it comes round. You just want to pay a wee bit more attention to it.
Yeah, Deal said that's the rain we shipped out. Yeah, I believe that, Deal.
yeah. It comes across on the trade winds that
It does. Yeah.
the aeroplanes fly with. They get a tailwind. It brings the weather.
just check that before I move on. There's nothing really that needs any more sampling than that. That was 80. 150.
So Todd said we got a thunderstorm about 2:30 a.m. and it dropped about 2.5 inches of rain by sunrise. The temperature is 73 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 20 degrees Fahrenheit cooler than it has been.
Wow.
Oh, it's going mad outside now. It's funny you couldn't hear that on the mic. I think it's coming through the roof. Really heavy thunderstorm, I think. Uh-huh.
Are you going to do any embellishment on the bottom pole, or are you just leaving it plain?
I'm going to leave it
colored like
plain
that?
for now. I will be doing something with the foot and stuff, but I'm not interested in doing anything at the very bottom at
Okay.
this minute in time. But I probably will at some stage. But we'll see how we go on.
Grand. Cap K has just come in. Evening, Cap.
Just checking before I move on to the
Who's
next
that
script.
Cap?
Cap K. Not sure. Cap, what's your first name?
Cap.
So,
Gee, that's not a name I'm familiar
so-
with.
It's
240.
not a one I'm familiar with either.
I'll find
No,
out.
it's
now.
not a name I know either.
I'm just about to find out.
And Peter said he's going to say good morning again. He had to mute while a very excited granddaughter told me all about the Lilo and Stitch movies she's just seen.
Yay! Good job. Lilo and Stitch.
Cap K's first name is Ken. Evening, Ken.
Even Ken is right.
Okay.
You said that
Would that
like you
be-
know this.
Would that be Ken for Northern Ireland?
Yeah,
I'm not
well,
too sure.
he hasn't got anything on his channel. There's nothing on his channel. So.
I know Ken has a funny email address. I don't know what his
He has a-
YouTube name is.
it's,
He has said he's just got a good soaking too. So
Cap- Cap
maybe he's in,
K387.
maybe he's in the same area.
Does that make sense?
Well,
Cap,
if it
Cap
is,
K387.
doesn't mean anything to me, I'm afraid. If it's
No.
Ken, he's a member of the club.
Oh, right, okay.
I know who he is.
Ah, you know him. Even Ken.
So just stopping that again. Just checking a wee bit more in there. Just in the end grain, you want to pay more attention to the end grain. Sometimes it just can tear a wee bit more than others. But saying that's actually come off a tool not too bad. Considering I scraped that, I have a scraper.
Oh, Ken says I could shout out the window and Paul could hear.
He doesn't live that far away from me.
Obviously not. He's got a very loud voice.
Right, that was let's see, what was that? That was 320. 400. So I just decided to do this for a change, because you do a bowl always the same way by running it over or putting an OG on it. So I haven't done this for a while.
Mhm.
So I thought I would do this tonight for a different effect on the bottom. No other reason than that.
Yeah, Mike was hoping that Cap K was he was hoping for Captain Chaos from the Cannonball Run. Captain Chaos knows no mercy. Oh. Or from our town, at least in the US, says Todd, Captain Kangaroo.
Captain Kangaroo.
I don't remember ever seeing that. That never
No, I
travelled this
did.
far.
No, I don't remember that one either. Don't think that got imported to us.
No.
I remember a name, but I don't think I've ever seen it. Captain Kangaroo. Could be
Captain
something like Skippy. Skippy.
Oh, Skippy definitely got here, yeah.
Oh
The
yeah,
talking kangaroo.
we
Skippy.
definitely got Skippy.
Skippy, 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 the bush kangaroo. God, I'm getting worse.
Yeah.
You're starting to show your age now, Brian.
Sorry. you can be quiet.
So I'm just applying some
It was
sound sealer to
Captain Caveman, he says. It's Captain. Hmm.
It's a wee bit harder to get on all the grooves when you've done it like this.
Oh,
You want to change the overhead, Paul? You're covering the
because-
camera there.
It's all right.
Hmm.
Do.
Mike says Captain Kangaroo was a song in Pulp Fiction. It's where we know it from in the UK. So I have no idea. I've never seen Pulp Fiction.
No.
Well, I've
Awesome.
seen Pulp Fiction a few times, but I don't remember
Yes.
the song.
No, don't remember the song.
Never watched it.
Quite try that, Cherry.
It will have been kiln and dried, I suppose,
Yeah, it's all cold dried.
as a plank.
Pete said, question. Was it the same Timmy that was stuck down the well, Skippy, Lassie, and Flipper?
Could have been, yeah. I'm not. Now hold on a minute. I don't think there's anybody stuck down the well and Flipper now. Come on.
No. If there was somebody stuck down the well in Flipper, I don't think Flipper would have been there. Lassie, maybe.
Lassie,
What'd you say? What'd you say, Flipper? No, it doesn't work. What did you say, Skippy? He's stuck down the well. Oh dear. Oh, so we taste the Yorkshire grit.
I know.
Have you found your Yorkshire grit yet, Brian?
Yes, I did.
Oh, good.
All 3 tubs of it.
All 3 tubs, yeah. I keep on going to different parts of the workshop and finding a tub.
Yeah.
I'm down to my
Oh,
last
dear.
tub. Does Naxmaster sell it? Yep.
I think they do, aye.
I think they do, yeah, because they
Still-
do sell
still-
Easy Wood stuff now.
Still
So
tied up
yes,
with Easy Wood, I think. Yeah. Get in the carpentry store in Dublin if you want to take a run to Dublin.
No, I don't want to go to Dublin. I must find out what much do they want for a tin in the carpentry store, and then make a decision. Who's the cheapest?
I'll have to get William to check because I haven't bought it for years.
No, it's been way wide from I bought it, and the woodshed
No.
doesn't have any more left.
No.
I think the last time I bought Yorkshire Grit was in UKIS in 2007,
God.
2017.
So that wasn't yesterday. Haley's in. Good evening, Haley.
Good evening, Haley.
Yes,
Haley.
Roger, the mouse is still missing, yeah, unfortunately.
I think one of your builders has took it.
That's shining up nicely there, Paul.
Yeah.
No, I put it away somewhere safe.
Oh, did you?
Aye.
Jamie's in.
One of those places you don't know
Evening,
where it
Jamie.
is.
Yes, Jamie. Metal tins. Yep.
You know what could have happened to it? It's maybe stuck in a bowl somewhere with another bowl sitting on top of it.
Yeah.
Because I've got hundreds of bloody bowls lying about the place.
I've started to burn all my excess bowls.
My well, I've got hundreds of the damn things.
I've got that much stock from when I came out of the shops. That and the I can't repurpose them. So they're all getting burnt.
We used to make crystalline wax on that.
That's a shame. JP wants to know how we're all doing. Oh, well, I'm doing really well, JP. I have to say.
Yeah, I'm doing not so bad, Jamie. Thanks for asking.
Yeah.
How's yourself?
Yeah, exactly. Health is good. Wealth is not. Brilliant. But all right. You fell off the edge of the lathe and you hoovered them up. No, you was too big to go up the hoover, Michael. You
So
got
just
stuck in the nozzle.
we quick go with that. That'll need a good.
JP says he can't complain. Well,
Well, he could, but nobody takes any notice.
no, nobody listens to it. It's shining up nicely, Paul. Like that.
It's just different.
Yeah, good
Reflects
shine.
light.
It does.
So we'll turn the speed up and give it a wee buff.
Amen.
And then get it turned round and do a bit of painting.
I'm really liking the bottom of that pole. It looks really nice.
It does. Agreed.
Yeah,
Simple idea, just to make something different.
it came up all right. I probably could do another couple of coats of wax, but we can do that later.
Yeah.
So want to make sure this tannin is okay. I'm just going to recut it because I cut these tannins a wee while ago for another project that I was doing, and I didn't use it, so that could be slightly off a wee bit. So you can see it wobbling.
There's a little bit of a.
So I haven't finished my foot, so I can pour to go in a wee bit.
You can.
We can tidy that up later. But that's all I need there. We'll get this turned round. I'll keep it. I just remembered it's on a screw chuck.
No, I forget every time, nearly.
I forget all the time too.
Nearly every time.
Do, 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 do. So I started using that. I like the screw
Yeah.
chuck.
I quite like it too. Yeah. I didn't trust them in the beginning.
No, either did I, Brian, for some reason.
I was a bit dubious about them, but yeah, they work perfectly well. Not a thing.
Give that a wee spin, see how it is. Looks fine.
Looks all right.
So we'll just bring a tailstock up for a wee second. I'm going to run the gouge across the face of this to true that up because it's not flat.
It's not quite flat.
Okay, so we just use a bow gouge.
I must have a renewed search for the mouse tomorrow.
Let us slow that down a wee bit.
So which mouse have you lost, Brian?
Maurice, the blue one.
Oh no!
Aye, Maurice. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, I've just found him.
Oh, there you go.
Exactly where I said he was, in the friggin' bowl. Ha
He
Maurice
wasn't
is
in the
back.
workshop. He wasn't in the workshop. He's sitting in Brian's office.
Office. I've just found him, so he'll be back on display next week.
Oh, the orange one's got to get through out there.
Oh no, he'll stay too. That's Paddy.
They might fight together.
No. Maurice is very civil.
Chris Charlton's just come in. Good evening,
Evening,
Chris.
So let's just screw that up.
I wondered where
Put
he'd been
her
hiding.
out there. We need to tidy that up a bit better.
I'll maybe have to take a picture of him and yeah.
See, the thing is with Brian's office, especially with that shelf behind him, it could have been sitting in a vase,
Right,
in
that's
a
better.
different bowl,
It
in
was,
a
it was-
box.
it was actually in a bowl with another bowl on top. That's why I couldn't see it. Nightmare.
So I just need a quick sand, and then we can.
I'll put him up here. I'll take his picture.
So if we want a nice paint service, you need to make sure it's nice and flat.
No.
Sand it.
Chris
So,
is asking, could I jump straight in with a question, please? Yeah, of course you can,
Okay,
Chris.
ahead.
You work away.
Just applying some sand sealer to that before we paint it.
You want to change cameras, Paul?
Yeah. You just keep on top there, Wayne.
There we go.
So it was just ordinary sand sealer, just sealing the top of that. Sometimes it raises the grain a wee bit when you just knock that back with 400.
Nice little bit of grain in that.
Yeah,
It's
there it is.
And William's just come in. Good evening,
Will.
William.
Right, that's better. Now, so I'm going to be doing a bit of centrifugal painting.
Centrifugal.
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 Now, you don't want the
Oh.
paint all over the place. A wee bit of basket tape.
Unless your name's Wayne.
It helps with the tidy
Right.
up afterwards.
Chris is asking, my CL3 record power lathe has started slipping. I've
Oh.
taken the bearing out and reseated it, so it could it be the belt before he has to call record power?
It's slipping. What does he mean it's slipping?
Well, I think what he means is when
Does he
I
stop
think when
it?
he's
Kind of
when
stopping?
he it's probably when he's trying to cut. It's not actually cutting it; it's just stopping.
Yeah, stopping. Yeah. So I assume that's what he means. It probably is the belt,
It's probably not tight enough.
unless the keyway is going on the pulley.
Right.
I think they're mounted on a keyway, aren't they? Wait, can't remember.
But I don't know. I've never had a CL3, so I'm not very sure.
So we're just going to use some ebonizing lacquer.
Yeah, the Chris has said
Right.
yes. It stops. It stops when cutting.
Yeah.
It could be that. I mean, I assume you can actually adjust the belt on that.
Oh, you can.
But I would have thought you already did that before you reseated the bearings. Or it could be, as Mike has said, the pulley not fastened to the spindle, which is what Brian was talking about.
Sometimes they're attached with a little, like a grub screw, or
Yeah.
sometimes they're on with a keyway.
Yeah, but Chris has basically done what I've already said. It could be a keyway, like Brian was saying. It could be the keyway that's either gone or
Could-
not working properly.
Yeah, sometimes the keyway just shears. The key itself shears. I've seen that happen on electric motors, particularly on lawnmowers.
And Alex has said, if it's fully adjusted, then yes, the belt has stretched. And you should be able to get a similar size belt just about anywhere on
Oh yeah,
Amazon.
yeah.
Okay.
Or your local bearing and belts shop is meant to be one
Yeah,
somewhere,
yeah.
because they're all fairly standard things. These belts.
So
But I will
with-
say, the Record Power technical department are
Very good.
very good at answering questions
They are
if you can
indeed.
get through to them.
yeah, they are very good. So I'm going to be using these acrylic paints tonight.
Oh, PBO.
PBO.
PBO, right? I thought when we talked about it earlier, it was Bibo. PBO, yeah, I know them, yeah. But I think I've got loads of them in the workshop somewhere.
It seemed to be good enough paint.
Alex said his old lace for CL3s. CL3 was quite a good lace, wasn't it? For its
It was,
age,
yes,
for its time,
yeah,
eh?
it definitely did. Yeah, for its time, it was a very good lathe.
Is that not what Steve had before he went to the Axminster?
Did Steve have? Yeah, Steve had the.
Steve,
I'm sure he had the CL3 with the variable speed.
Aye, Steve put the variable speed on it himself.
So
Yeah.
I'm just mixing this paint up with a wee taste of Flow Medium in it. It's a wee bit thick on it, that acrylic paint, so just thinning it down a wee bit. I've already tested it out this afternoon, and
Is that where Flow Medium is doing that, Paul?
yeah, Flow Medium.
Flow Medium. Now, the thing about Flow Medium is, and I did mention this last week,
Mm.
what Flow Medium does, it thins down the paint without taking away the vibrance of the colour.
Does.
If you use water, that thins down the paint and
Thins the
actually
pigment.
takes away the vibrance of the colour.
It reduces the pigment in the paint. Water
Yes.
reduces the pigment.
Yeah.
Flow medium doesn't.
So we're just blobbing this on. So we don't want to put too much on it. We'll see how it performs. I'm going to start spinning it. I just find it easier to take it off the lathe and put it on the bench before. I need to make some room here to get my my very expensive piece of apparatus here.
Now, Peter said, and this is a reply to Chris as well, be careful when you do this. Run it with the belt cover open and you should be able to see what is slipping. Most likely, wear point will be the belt, but as you have to strip the headstock to put a new belt on, it's worth replacing the bearings, etc. While doing the job, talk to Record Power about spares.
So we'll stop that and have a look to see how it's spread. And that's not too bad. Not too
What sort
bad.
of speed were you spinning at there, Paul?
2200.
2200.
Right, that's okay. Right, I'm going to go over the second color. Just need to lift that down again. I'll do the second color. If you go too fast, the paint can there's a wee bit there to come back on it. I don't know if you can see it, but it looks all right. It looks all right on when you take the stuff off where you don't want. So I'm just putting it back down on the board again, overhead. And we're just going to use some, nice color.
What kind of blue is that?
It's like turquoise.
Turquoise. Yeah.
Turquoise. Where's my water? Just with my brushes. And just 1 or 2 drops of flow medium. That's all you need. If we put too much in, the paint won't spin right off the thing. You'll just go where you don't want it.
Yeah.
The other thing that happens when you're using flow medium, if you do get it too thin, rather than the paint coming out solid, it can actually cause cells to happen. This is where the paint comes apart and you get wee circles of the backing colour underneath.
Mike from Nantes says the spindle kit for the CL3 is £99, including spindle, pulley, bearings, and a belt. He was looking at them yesterday for a project.
There you go. That doesn't sound actually a bad price. That.
No, it's not too overly expensive.
I'll probably.
I haven't said that. Bearings are not dear these days.
Yeah, but if it comes with a spindle, the pulley, the bearings, and the belt,
you may as well have the whole lot.
And he thinks he saw the handles.
Get our cover back up again. Change the camera, and we'll go for second spin.
Alex got to go. Says bit of an emergency. Well, I hope it's not serious. Good luck, Alex.
Very good. That's looking okay. I'm happy with that. So I'm going to put a taste of white on that now.
White
These colours, white. Only a few drops now, not the way I've done it with the rest of the paints. Just a few splodges here and there. Remember, the inside of this bit here, or you can't see it. The inside bit, you'll be cutting this away. That's going to be where the bowl is. We're only interested in what's out here.
Yeah. You see them bits that are flung across the way?
Yeah, here?
Aye, these bits.
Yeah.
You know where they're coming from?
Where?
The raised bit that's in the middle.
Is it?
Yep.
You think so?
Yep, 100%.
Because
it's flying off of there and landing on the piece rather than going across.
I thought you were going to say it was the masking tape that's hitting the outside and coming back.
No.
But
that's where it's coming from, as far as I can see.
It looks all right.
It flies off the top of that and misses the bowl and then gets dragged towards it. And it goes in a circle.
Well,
it's actually quite a nice effect, to be honest.
Yeah.
It is.
Well, it happened with the bowl this afternoon, the same thing. So it looks okay when you get it all cut up and tidied up and stuff. So we're going for blobs. And you can always add more if you wish. Once you've spun it.
Another thing, Brian, could it be from splatter from the
side of the cabinet
from his covering?
I don't think so.
Okay.
It normally sticks once it gets to the. How far away is the paint in the shavings?
Sorry. Police
seen
are
that.
getting it again.
That's funny. I seen that dropping twice there.
Well,
What's the
The-
distance between the edge of the ball and the box?
3.5 inches.
Oh, it shouldn't really be bouncing back. Although it could be, man. It would hardly be as thick as that. I would have thought.
No, it probably wouldn't be as thick as that. Well,
Yeah,
that's nice.
Well, that
I'll
made a
do.
difference.
I think that's just enough. I think there's a bit you can go too far on it. Remember, you're cutting
can't.
most of the middle of the way. We want the outside part, so
Now
we
what,
can
you, now,
remove.
what you need to do is get a tiny little bit of Emma's flakes in the palm of your hand and just blow them at it.
Well,
Let them stick to the paint.
I was going to do that with the metal leaf size and use the flakes on it, but I decided to go with the paint and see how. I was happy
Yeah,
with
that's quite nice.
when I done that this afternoon. Here's me. Well, that'll do.
Now Emma's
So-
flakes will stick to the wet paint.
Oh, the well,
Yeah, that's. So
William says you're right without the box. Laughing. Yeah, smiley face
So,
emoji. Yeah.
that
right,
keeps
William.
all the paint away from your nice finished end. So all I want to do to the end of that is get a wee bit of sandpaper. There's a couple of wee bits on the edge. Just take that off. That cleaned that up. So really we need this to sort of dry a wee bit.
Yeah, Yandles is out of stock. Well, that's a bit sad, Chris. Just ring Record Power themselves.
Yeah,
They'll sort you out.
like I said earlier on Record Power, certainly the technical department are very,
Mhm.
very good.
Yep.
When it comes to questions being answered. It might take a wee while to get through to them. I know Chris SG from down in Cornwall was having problems with his lathe, the Maxi One, and I recommended getting in touch with Record Power. It did take him a wee while to get in touch, but he did finally, and they were very good.
I had no bother at all. I phoned them up and spoke to, I can't remember the guy's name now, but I spoke to the guy in technical about my Camvac. And they had a new motor out to me the following day.
Yeah.
I mean, they're pretty switched on, like.
So we're going to remove. It's up to yourself how much of a border you want. So we're going for about 2 inch.
Makes sense to leave a largish border if you're having a paint effect on it.
For the parting tool, we just get our first cut in, and that's nice. And I'm just going to put a second one in, and we'll have another wee slither of the.
Oh, see what you do.
So that just gives it a wee bit of something extra. And I'm just looking at the other one. Did I do anything with the outside? No, I didn't. Right. We'll clean the inside of this out, and hopefully it doesn't stick to that. It's not too bad. It's mostly dry. Okay. So we'll get our bowl gouge. Check our height. All right. Okay. Everything's locked down.
Yeah, says Pete had great service from Better Power too when needed replacement guides for his bandsaw, even though the BS 500 ceased production in 2008.
Yeah.
There you go. I was looking at the new BS 450 Sabre yesterday. Might have to save up for it.
Now, I've got to say, I've had Record Power have been good service. I had good service when I had problems with my, not the dust extractor, the sealing one. I had
aye,
great
aye,
The air extractor.
yeah,
aye, the
I
fine
had
dust.
great, the fine dust one, yeah,
Mhm.
Brian. I had great service from Record Power with them. I also had very good service from Axminster. I've got a jet bandsaw, a big jet bandsaw, which
Yep.
Axminster used to sell, and the motor got flooded when I had a flood, so it was ruined, and they actually still had a couple in stock, but they put me onto another website where I can where I could buy it as well.
Pete's just
Pete,
putting.
yeah,
See you,
I've
Pete.
just seen that, Brian.
How
No
am I
time to
going to get
save
that
up.
collected? How am I going
What?
to get that collected and got across the shock?
What was that?
Pete knows where there's a needs collection this week though. Can't be doing that. I'm away this week. Message me,
Well,
Pete. See how
you
cheap it is.
yeah, you're doing horsey stuff this week, aren't you, Brian?
I'm indeed, mate. I'm away on Thursday to a place called Mill Street, which is down near Cork. We've got two of our horses is running in a 4-star event.
Excellent.
So dressage, show jumping, and cross country. Same idea as badminton. That's the same thing. Badminton and Burley. So that's what I'm at this weekend. Won't be home until late Saturday night, maybe Sunday morning. I'll take some pictures and stick them on Facebook.
Grand.
We've got two young horses. One of them's done a 4-star before, but the second one hasn't done a 4-star, so it's his first one. So it'll be rather exciting for us, I think, if not terrifying.
Mike from Dancers said he got a second-hand Record Power air filter for £5, spares a repair. Record Power sent him a new circuit board for free.
There you go.
There you go.
Perfect. Carson says, speaking of great technical customer service, I got my Glowforce eye light up and running again. They were extremely helpful. We all had to be patient getting the spare parts here, but worked out great. Good job.
Excellent. There are still, I've got to say, there are still companies out there who
Who actually care.
who are yeah, and have very good customer service.
Yeah, they're getting fewer and far between, but some companies do actually care. Is that a 450 Sabre, Pete, that's for sale? Just the old 450? I don't know if I need a new bandsaw, like, but you know what it's like. Paul's microphone's went very quiet. Right now.
We'll just stop and check it up this.
Don't be going too deep.
If I
Very
put it
good,
over and
very good.
overhead,
Very good, Pete.
over, you,
You're right back.
it's right there where we're stopped. So, and that's just the right place to stop. Right.
I know where he lives, Pete. I'll tell you better than that. There'll be a van parked outside. We just load it up and go.
Oh,
So-
I'll see you. Good afternoon, Al.
I'm just going to finish the inside of this with a
Oh, but his is not a
Martin
BS.
scraper.
It's not BS 450. It's not a big Axminster thing that Terry has.
I'm not too sure to tell you the truth.
It is. It's the biggest Axminster Panzer, I think. Or is it? No, it's not, because he had no. He did. He was going to buy the Axminster one, but it wouldn't fit in his shed. That's what it was. And he got the BS 450 through Ruby, I think.
All right.
I think that's the way of it. There's a story there somewhere.
Yeah, Pete's saying no.
Oh, there you go.
He made him buy the
Record player.
the 450 Sabre.
It's a great Banter, there's no doubt. I mean, the one I've got is pretty good too. It's BS 350S, but it hasn't got the fancy guys on it.
Right, that's okay. Just need to tidy that
Yeah,
up. now.
William Terry says, yeah. I wouldn't do that to my mate Terry. It must have shrunk. We can tell him it shrunk. That's a good plan, Pete.
Have you got keys to his workshop, Pete?
No, sure. That'll not be hard to get in. Oops. Revealing my misspent youth there.
Hang on, mate. You were RQMS, weren't you? You can get anything.
Basically, yeah. Well, named as a good eye. That was one of the funniest courses I was ever on in the army. That. RQMS quartermaster course. It's crazy.
Just use that smaller round nose grip here. Get in here just a wee bit.
Is that a wee fancy hair dryer?
It's a handy wee gadget.
That have to be called Bluey.
Bloody yeah. Everybody's got to name the tools.
Yeah, I have to call that one Bluey. I've no names on my tools.
Well, I don't have names on my tools, but people have named them.
I've noticed. It always
Well,
started with Jelly.
I used to have a big sledgehammer, you know, the big one, and I called it Big Bertha.
Bertha.
Big Bertha.
Where's Bertha?
Yeah, Bertha out of the van there and smack that wall down. So just a wee ridge at the bottom here. And that'll do that. As the man says.
Mhm.
And the next time you do this one, Paul, scallop the inside to match the scallop on the outside.
You think so?
I think it'll look pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about the sounding of it.
Yeah, aye, that'd be a nightmare. Mind you, with that sharp and scraper you've got, you wouldn't probably need much sanding.
I wouldn't think so. Sharpened, sanded the outside all right, doesn't it?
Yeah. Right. We'll just get this sanded up.
Mike says he can't imagine swinging a 28-pound sledgehammer these days.
Oh no, me neither, Mike.
Yeah, I have one of those sleeve post drivers, you know the one I'm talking about?
Oh yes, uh-huh.
Two handles on the slide and a big steel
Yep.
pipe and weight on the end of it. I have one
Yep.
of those. It's a torture of a thing. Nightmare of a thing to use. I don't know what it weighs, but it's bloody heavy. It's been used that much, I had to weld the bottom plate back on
Oh dear me.
and put ankle brackets over the end of it to try and hold it on.
Could you not get some sort of? I'm sure I've seen them. Some sort of power takeoff to fit on the back of a tractor.
Well, I've got a post driver for the back of the tractor too.
Oh right, okay.
A great big one with a huge weight in the back of it. You just lift it up in the hydraulics and drop the weight. I have one of those, but you don't want to be getting that out for one post, you know. You pin the rear end for getting
Well, yeah, aye.
getting it set up on the tractor and then
Just for
driving
one
all the way
post.
around.
No, that wouldn't be worth it.
One post, a bit of a nightmare. But, I've kind of stopped doing all that sort of stuff now. I hire somebody to come in and do it now.
Yeah, it makes sense.
There's a local young lad who's a sort of contractor. He's just doing it on his own, you know. He's not part of a huge business or anything. Does it by himself, and he does all the hedge cutting and stuff like that. So any fencing I've got now, he comes and does it for me. I save it up.
That's good. That's good. It means
he
he's
gets
building his business up.
He gets a pound or two out of it and
Yeah.
keeps the wool from his door. And it saves me a whole lot of work.
Michael McEwen has said on my comment about doing the scallops on the inside, just make sure the scallops are offset or you could end up making rings.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, uncaptive rings. That'll be an interesting experiment. God, he's singing now. Tell yourself.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, well, I think that was the intention anyway. Whether it was actually singing or not.
You have to be happy.
Of course,
Yeah,
absolutely. Life's too short to be miserable, guys. It really
yeah.
is.
Jane keeps on doing that when she's doing stuff around the house, and I keep on saying to her, "When did we get rid of the dogs and bring the cats in?"
Getting brave in your old age, aren't you?
No, then I run out to the workshop for an hour or two.
You say that as you're leaving, is that what you're saying?
Yes, yeah, exactly.
I'm just going out the door. Yeah.
Oh dear. I know the feeling. Can't believe that bloody mouse turned up.
There's just a wee bit of rain grain here. It's giving me a wee bit of power.
That's sometimes the trouble with scrapers a wee bit here finishing. You sometimes can just pluck out the end grain a wee bit.
It's almost gone.
Isn't it great to have daylight at this time of night, boys?
Oh, isn't it just though?
Yeah,
Fabulous.
I like the late nights.
Me too. Kind of keep my fingers crossed we get a kind of long, hot summer. It'd be nice.
It really would.
We haven't had one for a while. Well, we haven't had one here for a while. I think England's had a fair bit of a summer last year, didn't they? Wasn't there fires and stuff in England?
Well, there's already been loads of fires over here
Yeah.
during May.
We apparently in Northern Ireland, this has been one of the sunniest springs. In fact, we had 570 hours of sunshine during spring.
Yeah, this has been it's been the driest May over here for I can't remember how many years.
You shouldn't say that.
Yeah, I know. That's where it is, though.
Not with your luck, Wayne.
Yeah.
That usually comes during the winter. My bad luck.
Is the river at your place tidal?
It is up to the town. The thing is that we live in a valley.
Right.
So a lot of the water comes off the hills
Mm.
and coming down the river. Then the river overflows and
It
floods.
just backs up then. And
Backs up. Yeah.
Yep.
We're only, I think it's about under 70 feet
of course.
above sea level where we are.
Well, I'm only 24 feet above sea level, but
Oh, are you?
yeah. I'm not. Just you can, from my house to the tide, you can walk down the hill. It's less than 100 meters to the shore.
All right.
Up the inner bay in Dundrum, which is a tidal estuary, if you like.
Yeah.
But my house is 24 feet above sea level.
And the last one, 400.
The good thing is I'm on a hill, so
Well,
it's not very big hill, but it's on a hill.
We aren't.
So we're kind of on the side of the hill, if you get my drift.
Yeah.
So if I get flooded, the sea level has risen a huge amount. But it does come up the fields. There's a couple of fields just between me and the shore. It does come up the fields a bit. There's no doubt.
It was 2009 the first time the water came in the house.
Mm.
And it's been in the house another 7 or 8 times since then.
Oh God,
Oh dear.
it's a nightmare. Man.
And people say, "Why don't you sell and move?"
Can't.
How the hell do you sell a house that floods?
I can't do it.
Yeah.
It's desperate.
You know, dig a dike round it.
Big one, do much good.
Paul, we have spent our life savings on flood defences.
Right. It's a waste of time.
Pete says 90% of Bristol is downhill from us. Yeah, right, Pete. It's a fairly steep hill too. If yours flooded, the rest of us better have a great big boat somewhere.
I think the first time we got flooded in 2009, Jane said, "Right, are you going to build an ark?" I still
Yeah.
haven't got it done.
You still haven't done it yet. See, there's some guy in England, a farm. He just built a wall all the way around.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that very well.
Yeah, big concrete block wall. Must have cost me a fortune. But
I
then
mean, we had a flood wall built with gateways that we've got floodgates on. The annoying thing is that the water actually comes underneath the wall. It
Oh,
soaks
God.
up underneath the wall.
Right.
Well, that's not helping much, is it?
Well, no.
It seeps in. Well, Mike says he was on holiday in Wales years ago. There was a supermoon, and I woke up floating on my inflatable mattress. At least he kept you in the water, buddy.
Yeah, at least you were dry though, Mike.
But that was no pleasant experience. Ooh, shiny.
So just a wee taste of mercurocrystalline wax on that inside.
Now, do you keep all these species, Paul, and take them to your fairs and stuff?
Yeah,
Good man.
slowly getting rid of them.
Slowly.
Now, what Paul said there, that he keeps these pieces that he does on his live and takes them to fairs, just shows that you don't have to spend hours and hours and hours making something to take to a fair.
No, you don't.
Paul's been going for just short of an hour and 15 minutes at the moment, and this is going to be a finished piece that he's going to go on and sell.
Can be done.
Yeah, it can be done. Right. I'm just going to coat that way a wee bit of lacquer and bring that camera down again, and you might be able to see it better. Hang on. Yeah. Right.
That's grand.
Just
See it.
acrylic gloss lacquer around the outside. I'm not going to touch the inside, so be careful when you're.
Ooh, shiny. I
You
like
can
shiny.
always knock it back when it's totally dry. Now, here's one I did this afternoon.
Oh,
I'll
that's
put it on
nice.
I don't want to
God.
get the other
See-
camera.
You see that comment piece just behind there? In-laws live in a flood house. They put all
So-
the defences in, and the water pressure pushed under the ground and lifted the concrete floor.
That's
The
one I
house
done
is
this
nice.
afternoon. Okay.
That's
So-
nice.
Some of us are more or less the same colours, but the pattern came out different. A bit more gold are shown in that one.
Yeah, it looks a lot gold, that one.
Yeah. I learned a lot from that first one, and then we'll have this one.
Well, that's very nice too, Paul, I have to say.
So
It
it'll
is.
need to
job.
be let dry, and when that acrylic lacquer hardens, it leaves like a hard, ready surface on it. So you need to knock it back a wee bit, 400, and then give it another coat.
What was
But-
the lacquer you used?
Acrylic
Aye,
gloss
but
lacquer,
uses it?
chestnut product. So that one I done this afternoon. So that's dry. It's had 2 coats, and if you rub over the tab, you can feel a bit on the surface. It's a wee bit
Yeah.
grainy.
So
So,
when I do mine, they call it orange peel. That effect that
Yeah.
comes on the.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I normally give
Uh,
it 3 coats and then rub it back with 400 grit.
I oversprayed the inside, so it'll need sanding again. The inside, take that lacquer off that because it's left it.
That's the
Yeah.
thing about
Yeah.
using lacquer. Thin and lots of coats. Don't go too heavy when you're using lacquer, otherwise you will get the orange peel effect, or you will get actually, if you're using too much lacquer, you'll get a lot of flow in it as well.
You will.
Oh, Brian's in by himself. Evening, Brian.
How did that work, Paul? You just wanted to show off my mouse, is that what it is? Look who turned up. Where is he? There he is. I'll drag him over here by the ears. Look. Ah, look who turned up.
There he is.
Yes, Maurice. with his magnetic ass. He sits in his ass. I don't know what
Why
Paul's
did-
done. Paul's died.
Why
so-
didn't you put them somewhere metal?
Well,
There's me.
I can't answer
Or
that.
There's
Then.
you.
I
took-
I
You
lifted the
took
mouse.
yourself out, Paul.
I lifted the mouse and I took every
Switch yourself
me out.
off. Yeah, I know
I
you
switched
did.
myself off.
That's,
all
that's
the
why I came
time.
on. Morris lives.
Anyway, that's my wee piece for the night. I just need to let it dry and touch it up tomorrow and give it a few more coats. That's that bit there, Brian. You can see it where it came back on itself. Can you see it?
I can.
Yep.
I
It
think
looks
it's
all
because
right.
you've left. I think it's because you've left a high spot in the middle.
Yeah, must try
Next
it,
time
but
you try it, make it flush in the bottom, in the
It
middle.
looks-
Sorry.
it still looks okay.
Well,
You
it
know,
does, aye. That's
You
an
think it
extra
was-
little bit of interest.
it looks like it's swirling around a different way. Anyway, that's my piece for the night, guys, and I hope you enjoyed that.
Yep,
wee
Excellent. Good job,
Wee
Paul.
bit of different, something different. About scallop
Some nice,
ends.
there's some nice comments coming through there, Paul.
It is what it is. You do your best, and hopefully it comes out all right.
Mhm.
So I will say cheerio to you all, and I
Cool.
hope to see you next Monday. And
You will.
be good,
You will.
and don't work too hard in your workshops. If you're still working, don't work too hard.
just don't work too hard at all.
So
Just don't work.
it's good night from me, and it's good night from
Good night, guys.
them.
Good
And,
night, everyone.
and I have problems. Yeah, it's this button here. You press it, and you're looking at it and going, "Hurry up and go off." Right, bye.
Just take